Hi Pisces. So this is actually your 2019 reading. I know we're at the end, we're the first day of April. Um, the funny thing is I kept on putting this off and not doing it on purpose, but like things kept getting in the way of me doing this reading for you. And today, of all days, it's April 1st. The moon is in Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. Mercury is in Pisces. Venus is in Pisces. Like, you couldn't have more Pisces energy today, of all days, today and actually tomorrow too. And tomorrow's going to be even better because Mercury and Neptune are actually going to be conjuncting. So everything happens in the time that it's supposed to. I feel really good to do your reading today. So what we're going to do, the way that it works, we'll look at every single month. I have all of the major arcanas from one deck, and we'll do January, February, March. So we're going to be able to look at past energies, and you'll be able to see how that past energy resonates and how you really moved through that energy in a good way. Then we'll look at the present, which is April, and then we'll also look at May and June. Now, if you would like to get the extended where I have July through December, sorry, I am really channeling already. You guys know that if I'm burping a lot, I'm channeling. If you would like to get the July through December, which is the extended, you can get it 3 different ways. You can become a patron on Patreon, where you not only get all of the 2019 extended readings for every single sign, you also get the extended soulmate readings every month. You can also get exclusive twin flame readings on Patreon if you become a patron on Patreon. There are 3 different options to choose from when you go over there. So you can do that way. You can order the video off of Vimeo, or you can go to my temporary website. Link will be in the description box below to get it there. Also, I have merchandise. If you would like to get t-shirts, this one says, "May your Mercury be more Freddy and less retrograde." And even though we aren't in retrograde anymore, we're still in that shadow period of just a couple of days of outside Mercury going direct. We're still in that shadow period for a couple of days. So it's still legit. And that link for my merchandise shop is also below. Let's go ahead and pick your major arcanas. So we'll do January through June, and then we're going to clarify each month with another deck. And when I'm done with this part of the reading, I will choose July through December, just so you can see what it would be for the extended. All right, last shuffle here. Feels good. So January, we have the Hanged Man. That's actually your energy. That's Pisces energy. So January, we have the Hanged Man. March, we have the Devil, or the shadow side. I'm sorry, March. February, that was February. March, we have Justice. April, we have Judgment or Karma. May, we have Death. And June, we have the Sun. So it looks like, I kind of feel like you guys are being you guys were really, really tested in the first quarter of the year. The first 3 months of the year, it feels like you were really, really tested. And I feel like there was a reason, like there's a specific reason why, and it has to do with your karma in some way. There was some kind of balance that needs to be restored. Some kind of karmic balance needs to be restored. And there's a big shift that's going to happen for you in May, and then June, it looks like things get really a lot brighter for you. So I really like that. We're going to start with January. So also, like in the merchandise, I also have my cup. And it's not just this cup. You can actually, there are several cups that have Betsyisms. We call them Betsyisms. You can get. So the Hanged Man, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or just having like a really karmic time. I feel like January you were feeling really, really stuck, and it was because you were learning a lesson. Whatever lesson it was that you were learning in January, you were forced into kind of like silence mode. I feel like it's almost like you had to hide from something or someone in order to get work done. The Eight of Pentacles and then the Knight of Swords. So if you're not dealing with a Capricorn, it might be an air energy. But the Eight of Pentacles is the sun in Virgo. And a lot of times Virgos will, like if they can't figure something out, and that's just opposite your sign. So you have a lot of Virgo traits as well. Not a lot of people realize that, but you do. You have a lot of traits of your sister sign. When Virgos don't want to deal with something or they feel like they're being bombarded in some way, they'll just bury themselves in work and they won't deal with other people. They'll like kind of leave other people to the side and just be like, yeah, whatever. I don't need to deal with you. I'm not going to deal with you. And that's just the kind of the end of it. So I feel like that's kind of what you did. You put up your boundaries, and maybe that's what the karmic lesson was. Maybe that's why you were forced into just being still, is so you could put karmic boundaries up, Seven of Wands on the Devil, towards something that was toxic in your life, something that really needed to be dealt with and just kind of like pushed away. Like this toxic energy you had to push out of your life, and so you were told to get quiet. The Two of Pentacles on the Eight of Pentacles. Whatever decisions you were making, I feel like you were taking the right steps to do it. Whether that means you were kind of burying yourself in work or allowing yourself to get pulled away from the chaotic mess that was going on. Whatever decision you had to make in January, I feel like it was the right one. And I feel like you kind of started something new towards the end of January, like pushed your way into doing something new. This devil energy is moving through into February because we have the shadow side, which is also the devil card in this deck. And so even if you tried to block this out, there might be some lessons you're still kind of learning from the person or the situation that you had to block out. It could be that you had to put boundaries up at work, maybe, and maybe you're still having to deal with the people and the situations at work where you had to put up your boundaries. Whatever it was, I feel like the decisions that you made helped you grow in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And you were able to plant some seeds because of this. You were waiting patiently. That's kind of what the Hanged Man does too. He waits patiently. So the Seven of Pentacles, yeah, I still feel like you're fighting this energy that you tried to block out in January. Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Wands and the Three of Cups. Okay. So some people may be dealing with a third-party situation. Some people may be dealing with like their soul tribe or their soul group, or needing to, like maybe there's overabundance or too much drinking or partying going on or something like that. There's some kind of addiction or something here that has to do with, oh, there's too much of a battle here. If you're waiting on a Capricorn to show up in your life and they're just not showing up in your life, it's because they're stepping out. That's one of the scenarios that I'm hearing. I don't know who that's for. I feel bad about even saying it. But I feel like they're not being a good person for you. Let's see what the Seven of Pentacles is. Yeah, I feel like you're waiting on a soulmate, or you're waiting on somebody who's really toxic for you. And that's the problem, is you need to force, like this person needs to not be in your life. They don't need to be in your energy because it's just combative. It's toxic. Five of Wands is extremely combative. Yeah, if this is a Capricorn energy, because now I have the King of Pentacles. It could also be a Virgo or a Taurus, but it's like you're trying to stand your ground against this person. This person feels like there's a strong connection. I don't care how strong the connection is. If it's toxic, like if they're stepping out on you, or they're not showing up in the way that they should be showing up for you, I don't want you to engage. I really, really don't. I do feel like this could be a celebration, or it could be like a party or something going on in somebody's home. But whatever this energy is here that's really combative, maybe you guys were fighting on where you needed to move to. and you're waiting for someone to like show up in your life to just answer. Like, I feel like there just needs to be an answer here. Like, why are you not answering me? It's a very interesting energy, Pisces. Okay. And then March, we have the Justice card. So, there has to be some kind of balance in your life. And I feel like that's what Justice is saying. And the only way that that's going to happen is if you walked away from something. 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is going on a journey of self-discovery. It is removing yourself from really chaotic situations. It is standing your own ground. It's saying, I'm not going to deal anymore. I'm changing, right? So we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Death card. So you could be dealing with a Libra or a Scorpio. But Pisces, I feel like either you went on vacation and chilled out, or you left a situation entirely, or you're thinking about, or you're needing to. Somebody needs to leave a situation here. Some of you might have already. Maybe you left a Scorpio, or you're going towards a Scorpio. Maybe you left a Capricorn and now you're going towards a Scorpio with the King of Cups. Or maybe that is you just needing to go on your own journey and learn about yourself and get rid of, like, move away from the chaos. And that's the only way that things are going to be balanced out in your life, is if you get rid of the chaos. And yeah, the only way that you're going to be happy in life is if it's not an illusion. And March was a very illusionary month. And the thing is because of all of the Mercury retrograde that we went through, you don't want the 10 of Cups to be an illusion. You don't want to rush into something that looks really, really pretty on the outside, but it's actually going to be a really big old mess on the inside. You want to allow yourself to kind of creep in naturally and let things fall the way that they're supposed to. I do feel like this balancing of energy, this ending of situations, this transition that's going on here is giving you a lot of strength. You could also be dealing with a Leo energy, but I feel like this is actually giving you more strength than you had before. So I want you to allow yourself to take that in. Really allow yourself to take that in and know that the strength that you're going to be holding on to is only going to benefit you in the future. So let the I feel like you need to, this is kind of moving into April energy. So you really need to let the transition happen. Allow yourself to be happy. I don't want you to stay in a relationship that is not working for you, that's not good for you. So then we have Judgment for April. It's called Karma in this deck. So there was a lot of karmic activity that you're dealing with, especially with that 6 of Cups that we saw. I do think that this Judgment card is basically saying now it's time for you to allow yourself to start manifesting your dreams. So we have the 9 of Cups. And yes, definitely. Now you get to push forward in April and manifest your dreams with the Chariot and 9 of Cups. And allowing yourself to either move away from this toxic energy or transmute it in some way. Because I have the 9 of Cups. Again, this could have to do with addictions, but I feel like you're kind of moving away from that with the Chariot. And then we have the Devil again. So this Capricorn energy is really, really strong. And I feel like that's what the karma is here. You have to move away from the Capricorn energy. You can't sit in it anymore. It's not benefiting you. It's only making things worse, right? And this Death card is saying that as you rise from the ashes, because what is Scorpio? It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. And as you allow yourself to rise from the ashes, things get a lot better. Things get a lot easier. So the Chariot. Yeah, it's time. So the Wheel of Fortune on the Chariot, it's all about divine timing. But if you're waiting for something to happen, if you're like, I really want the energy to shift, I do feel like Judgment is saying in April, the energy is going to shift for you. Things are going to start really, really moving forward. And I feel like it's time for you to move yourself away from the toxic energy. That you're shifting the energy on your own. You have the power to do this. So I don't want you to think that other people can kind of take advantage of you, or other people have the power over you being able to get this energy shift going. It's been a really big, long journey. It's been a really long journey. 10 of Wands on the Devil. So that's kind of painful, right? Like, you don't want to have to, like, you're in it for the long haul, but if it's toxic, you can't hold on to it anymore. You cannot hold it. Now, if you're just working too hard, like if the burden here is you working too hard, it's time for you to change that. I feel like some of you might need a vacation. And I think that, I mean, like, if we're not getting really super serious on totally changing your entire life, I feel like some of you just need a vacation. I feel like some of you need to take a time out and really just kind of have a vacation time and allow yourself to do it without any guilt or any worry. So then we have the Death card. For May. So this transition is rolling into May. I feel like you're waiting on somebody to offer you something. And I want to say, Pisces, don't wait for the offer. So we have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you're like, man, I planted this seed. This is something that I'm manifesting. I'm waiting for this offer to come in and it's not showing up for me. And it might be a fire sign that you're waiting for. Or you're waiting for somebody that is going to be confident enough for you. Maybe it's a Leo energy, but you're waiting for somebody to be confident enough to show up for you. Like, that is a real read right there. I feel like you're waiting for like it doesn't even have to be a fire sign. I feel like it just needs to be somebody confident enough to show up for you. Yeah, see, you're waiting. You want to have somebody approach you, but it's taken forever with the Knight of Pentacles on the Knight of Cups. So what I want to tell you is with the Death card here, I feel like it's an end to expectations in May. It's an end to waiting. Like, you're like, man, I'm waiting. I want you to go out and get it. And I also want you to stop expecting things to show up in a way that they're just not going to show up for you. Like, they need to show up in a completely different way. Yeah, I think that you're blocking yourself. You waiting for someone to show up is totally blocking yourself. Like, you're cock blocking yourself. Excuse my language, but you really are. Seven of Wands on the Seven of Pentacles. And King of Wands. Who's this guy? Who's this fancy little guy? Okay. So this King of Wands is I literally want to say he's creation. Maybe he's somebody who you're working with or something like that. But I feel like this guy is really helping you start your life in a new way. And this is what you want. You want somebody that's going to make you really happy and dote on you and be there for you. But I feel like you're waiting for this guy or for this person to show up in your life is making it worse. Like, you need to align with where you are right now. And when I say that, I mean, you need to allow yourself to be okay with the present moment. That just because you don't have everything you've ever wanted in your life, it doesn't mean your life is bad. Like, I want you to be really, really aligned with the present moment instead of thinking constantly, I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when. How about just being happy now? Being okay with what's going on right now. Doesn't have to be so hard, right? All right, let's see what the Sun is for June. All right, too much. The Nine of Swords. Why are you anxious if the Sun is out? The Sun is the best card in the deck. Why is that Nine of Swords out? That's weird. That's like super anxiety. That's thinking too much. That's a lot. Oh, okay. So I feel like you're kind of in this mode of thinking too much because you want more, like you want the Sun, but you don't know how to get it. You're like in this stage of, I really want the Sun, but I'm not entirely sure how to get it. And so maybe you might be drinking a little too much. I don't know. The Page of Cups to me is always like, could I just get a little bit more? Like, it doesn't even have to be a lot. Just a little. Like, just give me a little bit. Just a little bit. That's where the anxiety is coming from. I feel like you need to gain some clarity. And the only way that you're going to gain some clarity is if you take a step back from everything in your life and not feel like you need to have somebody in your life for you to be happy, or need to have, yeah, this is the anxiety. The waiting. You're still waiting on someone to show up in your life, Pisces. It's time to let it go. You got to give it to the universe, because if you don't give it to the universe, you're never, I mean, it's like so much harder to manifest things if you're in this constant state of, when is it my turn? When is it my turn, right? So we have the Page of Cups, Seven of Cups. Yeah. See? You actually have more than you think. But because you're so focused on one of these cups, only one of these cups, you're like, no, that's the only one that I want. But you're begging for that cup instead of seeing all the other options. The sun is trying to show you that you've got to stop waiting for one particular person in your life. That toxic person needs to be let go of. And you have so many other options, and it's time. I feel like this Three of Cups is more of a celebration card. I feel like it's time for you to get out with your friends. I feel like it's time for you to go see what your other options are. I think you need to get out of your Nine of Swords state and allow yourself, yes, allow yourself the Ace of Cups. There's a lot of self-love that needs to happen here, Pisces. And I feel like in June, you're going to be presented with options, but you're going to look at them and be like, but it's not the option that I want. Or it's and not even necessarily, like, all of them could be amazing options, but because you have an expectation of one particular person or one particular, I feel like it's a person. I don't even want to say job or situation or whatever. I feel like your expectation is of one particular person. And because your mind is set on that one particular person, you're like getting rid of all the other ones. Like, all the other ones don't even matter to you. And the universe is like, if you can't even be grateful for what I'm trying to give you right now, what makes you think I actually want to give you more? Right? So allow yourself to see that maybe you don't need to be with a person to be happy. Maybe that's the option. That you don't need to be with this person to be happy. You don't need to be with anybody to be happy. In fact, being alone is not the worst thing in the world. It's not. And I know a lot of people think that it is, but it really, really isn't. So allow yourself to love yourself. This Ace of Cups is huge. And I feel like you need to get out and you need to get connected with people, and you need to stop sitting in your bedroom in the dark waiting for someone to text. Stop it. Don't do it anymore. You're better than that. You are. So let's see what July through December have to offer you. Oh, look at that. July is the Magician. I love. And then we have the Chariot for August. September is the Emperor. Maybe that's the fire sign that's trying to get your attention. It's the Aries, the Emperor. And then we have the High Priestess. I don't think so. I'm not really big on Aries and Pisces match. If an Aries and a Pisces have a good relationship, I want you to tell me, because I've actually never heard of that match before. So we have October is the High Priestess. November is the Strength card. And December is the World. Awesome. I like the second half of the year a lot. I think the first half of the year is all about releasing expectations and letting go of super toxic energy. And then it looks like things, like once you let go of it and once you allow yourself to love on yourself, I think that the universe is like, all right, let's go. Done. Going ahead. All right. If you would like to get the extended, check the description box below. You can go to my temporary website to get it. You can go to Patreon and get everything there. Or you can go to Vimeo. All of those links are in the description box below. I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing April. I'll see you for the soulmate readings. Bye.